All right, let's just jump right into it. What do you think is the one topic that's still more taboo than sex? If you're thinking politics or religion, you're warm. But there's actually something we guard even closer to the chest: our finances.
And hey, this isn't just a hunch. The author Anna Breslaw, who's quoted in the book The Financial Diet, flat out says that a lot of us are way more open about our most private moments than we are about our paychecks. And this whole culture of silence around money, well, it's costing us a lot.
So, how is being quiet so expensive? Well, the thing is, getting good with money, it isn't really about being a spreadsheet wizard. The folks over at the Financial Diet, or TFD, they argue that the real secret is in a totally different playbook, and it all starts by breaking that silence. So today, we're going to unpack 3 of their most, let's say, unconventional rules for building a much stronger financial life.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the foundation. And no, this isn't about complicated budgets or picking stocks, not yet. It's about something way more basic. Here's the core idea. A big reason we avoid our finances is because the whole thing just feels abstract. It's overwhelming, and let's be real, it's kind of scary. So TFD's whole approach is to drag our money out of the digital ether and into the real world, to make it tangible, something we can actually see, feel, and most importantly, talk about.
I love this one. The tone is everything, right? This is one of co-founders Chelsea Fagan's signature rules. She calls them Don't You Fucking Dares, or DYFDs for short. Now, it sounds super harsh, I get it, but the point is not to shame you. It's a call to action. It's just about building a simple, consistent habit of awareness. Just looking at the numbers without judgment. That is the absolute first step to making it all feel less powerful.
Okay, so how do you actually start talking about this stuff? Here's a really brilliant, super low stakes way to do it. You don't have to confess your salary or your student loan debt. Just ask a trusted friend a simple question about a good financial decision. This totally opens a door to sharing wisdom and swapping strategies without any of that awkwardness around specific numbers. It's all about making the conversation normal.
So let's move on to principle number 2. And this is where things get really interesting, because it's all about your earning power. TFD makes this great case that one of the best investments you can ever make is in finding your own personal cheat code.
And Chelsea Fagan's own story is the perfect example of this. She was a college dropout, and she realized that becoming fluent in French wasn't just some hobby. It was a strategic career move. It let her go study in France for a tiny fraction of what an American university would have cost. She avoided a mountain of debt, and it opened up completely new professional doors for her. And this just shows you the power of having a tangible, high-leverage skill. It's so much more than just another line on your resume. It unlocks real, concrete opportunities. The chance to live abroad, to teach, to work in specialized fields like translation, or just become an absolutely invaluable asset to a global company. It fundamentally changes the map of your entire career. So this brings up a huge question for all of us, right? What is that one tangible skill that you could develop that would be a cheat code for your career? It doesn't have to be a language. Maybe it's coding or graphic design or getting really good at public speaking. What's that one thing that could open a totally disproportionate number of doors for you? And here's what you can do about it, like right now. Don't get overwhelmed. Just take 15 minutes today. Not to master the skill, no way. Just to research the very first baby step. Is there a free intro course? A book you could get from the library? A YouTube tutorial you could watch? That's it. Just figure out where the starting line is.
All right, this third principle, this might be the most radical one of all. It really challenges the whole idea of personal finance as this individual sport. It suggests that real financial security isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about protecting each other.
This quote from one of their podcasts really gets to the heart of it. The idea is, if you're in a position of relative financial stability, you kind of have a responsibility to think beyond your own emergency fund. It's a huge mental shift from a me focus to a we focus. It's about seeing things like mutual aid and community support as key parts of your own financial health. So let's break down what this actually looks like. Traditional money advice tells you to build this personal fortress of savings, and you're always asking yourself, am I safe? But this other mindset, this we-focused one, it asks a totally different question. Are we safe? It's a fundamental change, right? It's recognizing that my security is actually tied to my neighbor's security, and that sharing resources can create a much stronger safety net for everybody.
Now, I know this might sound big and abstract, but starting is incredibly simple. Just open up your budget,
Add one new category, call it community care, and it doesn't have to be a ton of money. Seriously, start with just $5. The amount isn't the point. The crucial part, the real magic, is in building the habit of thinking and budgeting collectively.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We've just walked through 3 really powerful ideas from the Financial Diet's Playbook, and we've gone from the super personal all the way out to the whole community.
What TFD's whole philosophy really shows us is that our financial lives aren't lived in a bubble. It starts with just you, with personal awareness, just looking at your money. From there, you build professional leverage by getting skills that give you power and choices. And finally, you recognize that you're part of a bigger system and that real financial health has to include a sense of communal responsibility. And that leaves us with one last really provocative thought. As we're all stressing out over our individual budgets, trying to afford healthcare or childcare or housing, it's worth asking, are we just using personal finance to clean up the messes left behind by much bigger policy failures? It's a huge question, and it kind of reframes our entire relationship with money, pushing us to see the bigger picture. And that, right there, that's the real financial diet.